is coming out with a special edition Z Fold 6. Now, what makes it so special, right? What is the special edition all about? Well, we got some good news, some really exciting news, and some not so exciting news. So, Samsung's coming out, if you hadn't already known, right? The Z Fold 6 and the Flip 6, brother, sister, or brother, however you want to put it, cousin, brother, whatever, or dad, son, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it. Anyways, Flip 6, Fold 6 released, I believe it was in August, so a few months ago. Well, Samsung is coming out with a special edition Fold 6, not Flip 6, but Fold 6. Opens up like a book. You see it right there in the picture. So the special edition is going to be, and this is more of like, I would call this an Ultra, right? Basically Ultra version. So we don't have official name. Some people are calling it Z Fold 6 Slim. Some are calling it Z Fold 6 Ultra. I'm going to call it Special Edition. Until we get an official name for this device, I'll just call it Special Edition. I think I've called it all of the above, right? Just depends on what day you catch me. But what's going to make this Special Edition different from the original? Well, this device seems like it's going to be a whole different device. Now, it's still going to fold. It's still going to open up like a book. But it's really weird. We've never seen Samsung do this. So this special edition is going to be thinner. The dimensions are going to be slightly different. Still going to keep the, relatively same dimensions. It'll look similar when it's opened to what it looks like in this picture. Now, what is different? So, as I mentioned, it's going to be it's going to be thinner. And it's going to have an almost crease-free display. That's correct. So we knew in the past that Samsung was coming out with this special edition. We knew it was going to be thinner, right? That report has been out for a while. And today we get news that it's going to have a new hinge on it. And this hinge is going to produce an almost zero crease. Now, if you've paid attention or if you've been subscribed to our YouTube channel, you would know that we previously covered Apple's iPhone Flip. Now, that's currently in development, and their roadmap has it for release with the iPhone 18 series in 2026. What makes Apple's iPhone Flip so special? Now, it's going to be a flip like the Z Flip 6. It's not going to open up like a book. It's going to open up like an alligator mouth. Kind of like the old StarTAC, right? If you're old Motorola, if you're in your 40s, you know what I'm talking about. Now, Apple was planning on releasing a flip device, iPhone Flip, but they had been putting it off for a few years due to always pushing it back because they did not want to release an iPhone Flip that had a crease in the display. And I understand that. I get it. Apple's been trying for so many years to find a hinge that would allow, when fully open, to have no crease. Now, getting back to Samsung has been putting out foldables for, I guess, the last 6 years, right? They're on their 6th version. Now, before releasing the phone, they probably have another few years in research and development, R&D, in foldables, and they still have not made a crease-free display or crease-free hinge. Jumping back on Apple train, Apple finally developed a crease-free hinge for their upcoming iPhone Flip. Now, as I mentioned, Apple did not want to put out a flip phone with a crease, and I get it. Now, what makes this kind of secluded just to Apple with their crease-free hinge, you would think, well, can't Samsung just copy the same hinge that Apple put on there? Can you copy the same hinge design that Apple is putting on their iPhone Flip? No, you cannot, because Apple patented their hinge. Yes, they have legal rights to the design and manufacturing of that hinge, meaning Samsung can't just copy what Apple puts out as far as a hinge to allow for a zero crease display. So once Apple finally got just the right hinge to make a zero crease, they patented it and they greenlit the iPhone Flip. So that's currently planning on being put into production in the iPhone 18 series in 2026. Jumping back on to Samsung has gotten better with these creases. So if you look at the first few generations, there is a noticeable crease. It bothers some people, right? I know some. I personally know some people that have tried. I think it was the Flip 3 or Flip 4. And just couldn't do it, right? It bothers them too much. And I will admit the crease in the Flip and Fold series up till about the fifth generation. Each year that Samsung comes out with a new foldable, the crease, meaning when you open it, that where it folds right there, it's not symmetrically flat, right? It's not a flat plane that you would normally see on a regular phone. It has a little crease in the middle, and if you get it in just the right lighting, you can see the reflection where it warps and bends, and you can also feel it when you're running your finger up and down the display in the crease, right? It's gotten less and less pronounced on each model as the years pass. This year on the Flip 6, where is it? I think it's in the other room. It's gotten smaller, but it's still there. Now, it seems like they're going to make a huge leap in this special edition Z Fold 6, where it's close to a zero crease. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what it looks like. Now, that's the good news. So you're going to get a super thin device. It's going much thinner than it is now. It's half the thickness as it is right now. So that's the good news. And you're getting an almost no crease display when fully open. Now, it is going to support S Pen, so you can still use S Pen with this new Fold 6 Special Edition. And a couple months back when we got first word of this, we thought, ooh, maybe the Special Edition, they're going to put a S Pen in there, right? Like the S24 Ultra, where you can put an S Pen inside of the device, but that's not the case. So the Special Edition, again, will have a very, very, very thin frame, and it'll have a reduced thickness of a couple of millimeters, and we'll have a almost no crease display. That's the good news. So what's the bad news? Well, chances are you getting one, I'm not going to say is highly unlikely. Let's just say it'll be a little more difficult because Samsung's only releasing this in the Asian markets, more specifically in South Korea. So for whatever reason, I don't know what led to them making this decision. I think this would be a phenomenal product to launch to the entire world, right? So if you really, really, really want one, you will be able to buy one. You're going to have to get it on eBay, I'm sure, because Samsung, again, is not going to sell it over here. So if you really want one, wait for this to get released and then go on eBay and buy one. Now, it's going to be very, very expensive. The original Fold 6, I think, starts at $16, $17, $18, $99. I can't remember. I'm expecting this new one to actually, you know what? Let me see what it starts out at, because that'll tell us how much this new one will be. Z Fold 6. $1,700. So $1,700, and that's on sale. Jesus. $1,700. So I'm expecting this new one to cost, I don't think they're going to, even though after taxes you'll get over $2,000. I think what Samsung is going to do is price this right under $2,000. I think they're going to price it at $1,999, $1,999.99, a penny under $2,000. And I think if you're going to pick one up on eBay, probably going to add on another $500, right? Which sounds insane to spend $2,500, and that's before taxes. Because the sellers on eBay are going to mark it up because they need to make a profit on the sale. So you're looking at roughly $2,500, and after taxes, let's see what that puts you at. 2,500. Now I'm going to do state sales tax here in Texas, so wherever you're at, it might differ. But for me, if I was going to pick one up, let's just say $24.99, right? Let's make it a realistic price that we'll see. $24.99 times 1.0825%. $2,700. $2,705 to be exact. That is crazy. But if you got the money to spend and you want to check it out, you will be able to buy it again, just not from Samsung. So be on the lookout for that. We do not have a release date. Let me scan this article real quick and see if we do have a release date here. So Ice Universe, who is famously probably one of the more recognized Samsung leakers, who gets almost all of his content, everything he puts out there basically comes to fruition. So he's very accurate with his leaks. He says Samsung Z Fold 6 Special Edition, this time they have done a good job in crease control, better than ever, which means it will be still there, but it will be much less of a crease. Target markets. So where's this going to be available? The smartphone, the Z Fold 6, is likely to be launched in key markets including South Korea and China. Slimmer design, the special edition model in China. like Trump, China. Slimmer design, the special edition model is expected to feature a slimmer design compared to the standard Z Fold 6. Advanced camera features. Wow, so here's some more features I was unaware of. It's gonna get the S24 Ultra camera setup. So for what reason, only God knows, Samsung does not put the very best camera setup on their foldables. I don't know why. You would think a phone like the Flip 6 that starts out at $1,000 and the Fold 6, which starts out at $1,700, you would think they would include the very best cameras Samsung has to offer on any mobile device on their most expensive devices. They don't do that. I don't know why. But it looks like they're going to put it on the special edition to entice people to buy this one. So not only is it going to be thinner, not only is it going to have almost a zero crease in the display when it's open, it's going to get the 200 megapixel sensor that you can find only on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Wow, what a big move. It's about time. So reports suggest that the device may feature a 200 megapixel primary camera similar to the one found in the S24 Ultra, enhancing photography capabilities significantly. Software, it's going to have One UI. If this gets One UI, okay, 6.1.1, that makes sense. Now, we're looking for a release date. Of course, it'll have Android, of course, it'll feature Galaxy AI. It'll come with, damn, I wish they put the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in here. It's going to have the 8 Gen 3, this report is saying, the same chipset in the S24 series. Since the 8 Gen 4 is right around the corner, I wish they would just put the 8 Gen 4 in this, because they're going to release this at the same time that the 8 Gen 4 will be available. Because the 8 Gen 4, a Snapdragon CPU, the 8 Gen 4 is going to be announced and released here in about a week. And I know Samsung's not releasing this Z Fold 6 Special Edition within a week. It's probably going to get released next month. So why buy a $24 or $2,700 device after taxes? Why would you buy that with a year-old CPU in it when you can get a device that has the new 8 Gen 4 in it? Like, it's like trade-offs, right? You get this badass foldable that everybody wants with all these specs, but oh yeah, it's gonna have a year-old CPU in there, and you have to spend $2,700 to get it. What? Huh? That does not make sense to me. But Oh boy. Well, it is what it is. So that's what you get. So if you want one, stay tuned to our eSIM Studios YouTube channel. I am going to keep a close eye on this. There is no release date currently set, but I will dig around and see if I could find a projected release date. From what I remember, I thought they said November in a previous leak, so it's about a month away. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to eSIM Studios YouTube channel, and I will keep everybody updated on the release date of this device.